I play basketball every weekend, and I'm sinking a few, swish, 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 nothing but net. And it's really just a good friendly game, reason for everybody to get together.
The inbounds pass comes into Jordan. Here's Michael at the foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win! They win!
Iguodala to Curry. Back to Iguodala. Up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. LeBron James with the... Oh, my goodness.
They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang!
All right, welcome to an episode of the JV podcast where we talk exclusively basketball because why not? I want to recap, of course, last night's game between the Bucks and the Nets. There's been a few games in between the first episode and when we got to this one right here. So we can kind of recap the second round in general. So let's do the second round because basically summed up at this point. One game tonight to finish it up. Clippers and Utah Jazz. What are your thoughts about that series, man?
Oh man, it was a pretty good series. I'm not gonna lie, kind of surprised LA won. However, I'm more surprised that Utah didn't come out with that win, man. I just going into it, I thought Utah was gonna win. I don't know, man. I think Donovan might be a little hurt. I thought he might have been a little hurt that last game. I know he was coming off injury.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just couldn't pull it out, man. But PG finally showed up, man. So I am happy for that, man, because I stuck with PG. So it's always good to see him do well. But yeah, man, what you thought about it?
Same as surprised by the result. Utah got off to a 2-0 series lead. I was like, man, you're gonna win 2 out of the next 4 games for sure, or 5 games, however many. Math's not great, but and then Kawhi went down, and I was like, oh, there's no reason, there's no reason why the number 1 team in the West doesn't pull out this series. I think I jumped on that hype train, just listening to all the other talk around Utah. When I look at the team, I'm surprised that they did so well the whole year, but regular season and playoffs is not the same. PG came out and played well. Hopefully he can carry on. I don't give the Clippers much of a shot to win without Kawhi, but I'm shocked that the Jazz lost the series. I think it looks bad, especially when Kawhi goes out. But and the way they lost those last 2 games too, but they were close to those games. So
yeah,
no retool. They need another star player. That's what I thought from the beginning. That's why I was surprised. But just surprised that the Clippers pulled it out. But good for them. I think first time in franchise history that they're Western Conference Finals.
Going to the Western Conference Finals? Yeah.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah, that's big for them.
Suns put the beat down. I can't even think of who they played now because it was so bad. It's unforgettable.
Denver, yeah, they played Denver.
Yeah, so we can talk about that a little bit. I'm not surprised. I was surprised it was a clean sweep the way they did them like that. But you think with the MVP on your team, you can pull a game out. But they had a better team for sure. Jamal Murray on Denver. They just got to retool, get healthy next year. I think Denver's going to be a good team in the future. I think we talked about it. Forgotten podcast when we forgot to record. Michael Porter Jr. is young. He'll get better. Time will be his friend and he'll become a better player, of course. But I'm going to give it to the Phoenix Suns. Look good. And out of all the teams, they're probably the healthiest, so they have a good shot at winning this year. Suns just put it to them. And then we don't got to go too deep into it, but obviously you can't kick the MVP out of a game. That's the most ridiculous thing, and those refs should be fired. I'm just kidding. They shouldn't be fired, but they do something, do something. Right?
Yeah.
What about you, man? What do you think?
Yeah, man. Phoenix team, man. I'm not gonna go quite as far as say they're gonna win the title, but I like their chances, man. They have really good chances. I just think they're a good, well-rounded team. Obviously, Denver, they were missing Jamal Murray this series for sure. They were able to get by Portland. Portland is, we all know how Portland is, man. They're good, but they're good enough just to get into the playoffs. That's about it. Make a little noise. So so Denver is they're more talented and a better team than that. But not against Phoenix though, man. Plus Denver, just looking at it, man, they only average 105 points, man. Phoenix puts up points. They average 120 in this series, so Jokic, he just need help. He didn't have any help. Yeah, I agree, man. Just like Michael Porter Jr., man, I'm ready to watch him. I'm ready to watch him throughout his career, man. Hopefully he can stay healthy because he can ball. He's a hooper.
Yeah, let me jump in. Don't get it twisted. I'm not picking the Suns to win.
Yeah.
My earlier prediction, but I do think they have a good shot, especially coming out of the West at this point. I think that's the team in the West to win it all. Hop over to the East. Series wrapped up yesterday. What a crazy game that was.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that was probably the most exciting I think a game can be. I'm thinking back to like Game 7, the Warriors and Cavs type of excitement. And like 4 quarters, just back and forth. Who's gonna make that shot? I'm shocked that the Bucks won.
Really?
I think it was just because James Harden. Even if he had a healthy James Harden, I think they would have won that game. Let alone if Kyrie was in it, or vice versa. Because there was no scoring. There was no scoring outside of Kevin Durant for the Nets, and the Bucks just got just enough from Middleton through Holiday's scrub. He's on my scrub list.
Drew Holiday?
He can't show up in the playoffs, but they squeaked by, and that was the game, man. And we'll talk about Giannis after I hear you talk about what you thought about the game, but I'll get on Giannis still. But anyway,
I don't know, man.
what you thought about that game?
Yeah, man. Oh, I thought it was a great game, man. Yeah, man. I was excited watching it, man. It was good to see some good basketball like that, especially watching KD, man. Hey, Giannis knows what he's talking about. He's the best player out there right now. So
Yeah.
It was fun watching KD hoop. But it was also fun to watch Milwaukee, man, to see how they were gonna, how they played through it to pull out the win. Because I honestly like Milwaukee to win the championship. I think they're a really good team, like overall, just well-rounded team. There's just some things that I'm still skeptical about them. Some decision making. I don't know if that's obviously some is on the players, but some is on the coach too. I think everybody's wondering why Giannis didn't guard KD at all. You know what I'm saying? And the few times that he did, it's not like KD was scoring on him that much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A few plays, but like damn. I mean, the last game Giannis seemed like he was smoked, like he was gassed, like he was tired, or some people maybe saying he was sick. But anyways, we'll talk more about it. But yeah, man, I thought that was a good game. It's cool to see Milwaukee pull out the win to go to the conference finals. So we'll see what they do, man. Hopefully they can keep it up.
Yeah, two of the last 3 years that they've been to the finals. So overall I think the team is good. Pile of players. Jumping back to the Suns real quick. The Suns just have a player at every position that you need to have a good player at. That's why I really give them a good shot to win the championship. They got a point guard who runs the offense, can score in the clutch. 2 guard, D-Book is just, he's up there, man. He's climbing quickly. And then Aiden is just showing, for 8'10". Aiden is showing that he's going to be a great player. I think he's got a player at those kind of key positions, big man, wing, guard. You made the prediction. We were talking about Western Conference. I was like, I think I got Utah. I was hopping on that train. You picked the Clippers over Utah. And sure enough, the Clippers, without Kawhi Leonard, beat Utah. So I don't know what that says about Utah and the Clippers, but you definitely got that prediction right. I was riding with Utah to take the West. But you had Clippers coming out of the West if they made it past that series before. So
yeah.
But anyways, Giannis, man, it's his decision making is, I think that's what it is. Is in game. Like you'll watch him make decisions that I don't understand who, if it's just him as a player, he needs to mature, or if it's like coaching that doesn't like say anything to him about the decision making. He'll do like good moves in the post, or especially last two games, put a body into somebody and just jam it on him. Perfectly good play, smart play, and then next time down the court, he'll pull a jump shot up for no reason at all. And it's like in his head, I don't know what he's thinking. If he's like, you're trying me or something like that, he doesn't seem like that kind of guy. Like, oh, yeah, you're trying me because you give me so much space. So sometimes the decision maker out for the game 5 when the Nets won. Yeah, James Harden told him, nah, I got him by myself. And the dude did like a turnaround fadeaway jump shot, like crazy stuff like that. So sometimes the decision making, man, it doesn't make sense when he can just go in the post, catch it down low, you're gonna get all these buckets. And I think the Nets are hoping they play Atlanta because that size is gonna hurt Atlanta a lot. But it's decision making. Drew Holiday, world can't shoot for nothing. My guy can't shoot for nothing, man. I thought he was going to heat up a little bit towards the end of the game, but he's just out hitting, game 6, 1 for 10 from 3, something like that. You just jacking up shots. To that point, though, Mr. lead the NBA in three-point shooting, Joe Harris. Oh, where are you at? You on vacation already,
man?
Guy?
He can't go outside for.
Couldn't find.
He can't go outside for a while.
Why?
He can't go outside in Brooklyn for a while. Matter of fact, he hopped on the plane out of state last night. Yeah,
he probably snuck out of the building, man, with a hoodie on and hide away or something. Especially that was at home.
That was horrible.
So nobody for the Nets really showed up. I think, Blake Griffin, I think, played well.
Nah, I mean, yeah, man. I was gonna say, go ahead.
I don't think anybody really else showed up. So Chris Middleton did just what he needed to do. I'll give him credit for playing decent. A couple games where he played like all-star level, like he needed to. And then the last 2 games, I think Giannis, compared to maybe game 4 and 5, his field goal percentage was nice and high, or where you want it to be, where he's scoring like down low in the paint, not taking those jump shots. And the last thing I'll say about the game is, I think it's hilarious that the crowd was counting out his free throw shots. And I mean, they might have been counting fast, but I don't get why is it even a rule. If it's a rule of 10 seconds, call it 10 seconds, man. This guy should not be taking more than 10 seconds on the free throw line. Not that they're counting on the correct speed, but I know he's taking more than 10 seconds to shoot a shot. If it's a rule, call by the rule. Man shouldn't be taking more than 10 seconds. But great game. Good for the Bucks.
Yeah, man. Them counting was pretty funny. I was gonna text you that they probably should stop because I think it was helping Giannis for a while because he kept hitting the free throws. They're probably saying a little fast. But anyways, yeah, man. I mean, hey, Brooklyn. Like, if you just look at the stats, I was looking at the stats last night. Joe Harris shot like hot trash. He didn't help out. He hit a couple shots here and there, but not when they needed him to. And James Harden, I think James Harden shot like 29% from the field. You get what I'm saying? So everybody else pretty much balled for Brooklyn. Blake Griffin hit his shots. Brown hit his shots. Everybody hit their shots besides Harden and Harris. So maybe take some shots away from them, put it in other people's hands. They could have got a few points off of that, maybe. Who knows? Or they just hit their shots. But yeah, KD just didn't have any help, man. For game 7, he didn't have any help. But yeah, man, Drew, he didn't have the best of the series, but I will say last night he did show it when they needed him to. He hit some shots
late in the fourth.
Late in the game. But yeah, he was definitely struggling. So hopefully he gets together for next series. But he's still a good fit, man, because he plays so much defense too, man. So I don't. It'd be nice if he could be a little more consistent on the offensive end, but I don't knock him because he's still valuable. For him out there on the court. And it'd be nice if they could have DiVincenzo out there. I think they're missing him, but they're still playing pretty good without him. So
I only see that as a problem. I see Drew as a problem when it comes to late in the game because Giannis is not going to be able to shoot the ball. So Chris, and I think you need a second person who can get their own shot. And if Chris doesn't show up like he's been known to, now I don't think you have anybody scoring, like creating shots for themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, yeah. I mean, obviously Chris is the first person that I would go to, but yeah, I mean he's had his days, but I mean he played pretty decent. I think I watched maybe like 4 of the games for the season or the series. So
Yeah, I think this playoff.
I think he played. Yeah, I think he played pretty decent. But nah, I feel you on that. But man, but there's still. I would rather have Drew and Chris Middleton. You know, I'd rather have the Bucks and hoping that my players show up than some of these other teams. You know what I'm saying? Because the Bucks are good. You know, when they do show up, they're really good. So
what's up with the Nets not playing Green at all? Game 7. This guy in Game 5. I
don't know.
Went off.
Maybe. I don't know.
I know Game 6 he didn't really show up, but that's a score right there. Like, and I think he plays defense. He's a little older, but he didn't play at all that game. Yeah, James Harden. Who we talking about? You have to remind me if you remember which player we were talking about. The extension of their game needs to be learning to play off ball. Luka, I think we're talking about Luka learning to play off ball. James Harden, I think he needs that in this game too, because I thought, for sure, give KD the responsibility of distributing the ball. James can at least spot up, shoot threes. So, all game. Even game 6, wide open 3-point shots, and he couldn't hit any of us. I was like, well, I know your hammy hurts, but you're a shooter, man. Like, you can't spot up, shoot threes, and I don't know why you're on the court. So he really fell through, I think.
Exactly.
Shooting shots, man. I think he has to play off ball.
Not real quick. I mean, I think he's capable for sure. I mean, it's James Harden. I'm pretty sure, obviously, his injury, at least to me, to my eyes, his injury was affecting him. He couldn't really go full speed. But yeah, I think they still kept the ball in his hands. I don't know, man. Maybe they just thought he was going to make more plays. But if you notice him, especially Game 7, he definitely moved better. But Game 6, was it Game 6 he came back? Or was it Game 5?
Game 5, I think he played 3. Harry got hurt.
Sure?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Anyways, the first game he came back, like, he wasn't doing it. He was just dribbling the ball up the court, and he stayed at the top of the key the whole time. Yeah. Like, he didn't move. He didn't move anywhere. So each game after that, you see him start driving a little more and stuff like that. I mean, it's still rarely, but if they would have had KD bring the ball up, then they would have needed James Harden to, move on offense a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't think he was going to do. So it's just easier to have him bring the ball up, pass it, and kind of stay out of the way.
Yeah.
He wasn't really effective, man. And like we were kind of texting yesterday, man. I'm excited to. We're not really excited. I'm interested to see how that rule change. If it comes out. We were discussing this about the unnatural shooting motions and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I understand it, man. It's part of the game. You know what I'm saying? And you want to what's the word I'm looking for? Take advantage of the rules and stuff like that, little ways around it. Hey, it's all good and stuff like that, but hey, I'd much rather see you take it to the cup, and try to score instead of just looking to get fouled.
Yeah, you're looking for the foul.
Because you look like a clown. You look like a clown when you do it, and you don't get a call.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's why I heard James in Houston. When they were playing the Warriors, whatever like that. Kicking like that, stuff like that. Instead of.
And I watched him last night. Do it. He took a jump shot, and I watched him poke his left foot out. But I think it was so far, like he stepped on the other dude's foot, but it was so far, like he just brought it back in real quick. Cause it just looked like he was trying too hard, But
he does that. Yeah.
So,
for players like that, it'll be interesting. I wonder if it's so ingrained. Steph Curry's the same way too. I think a little bit too floppy. His guards look a little bit more like exaggerated too because they're so small compared to like a lot of the players. But it'll be interesting to see like if they struggle or if it's just, hey, I know I'm doing it on purpose and it'll be able to adjust it back. But that stopping two on screens, that's the thing they're talking about too because Trae Young does a lot of it.
All of that.
They stop on screens, stuff like that. I'm interested to see how players adjust.
I think they'll be fine, man. But it's just a part of their game. Like they know they're getting away with it. They know what they're doing. You get what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure they'll be fine without it. But some of the nice plays that you see are gonna stop. You get what I'm saying? They're gonna stop because they're not gonna purposely put themselves in that situation anymore. A lot of these 3-point plays, 4-point plays, things like that.
And if refs call it too, I wonder how do we get around that too? Because you can see calls in games. It's just like
we got to talk about the rest too.
If you just
We
go
gotta talk about the rest.
for sure. If you just go look at the tape real quick, he clearly just stopped. So the guy would run into him and then jacked up a shot to draw the foul. So
yeah.
Losers. Let's talk about the losers of the series before we as we wrap up the second round, and then we'll talk about the rest. What do the losers of this round need to do to win a championship next year for themselves in a spot to win? I would say Brooklyn. Brooklyn just needs to be healthy. Whatever they're going to be with their salary, they got 3 max players. The team is always going to be a little bit. The rest of the team is always going to be a little bit. The talent on the team is going to be a little bit lower end. They're paying so much for these 3 stars, but I think if Brooklyn was healthy this year, they would have had it. Denver, I think, needs obviously Jamal Murray back healthy.
Yeah.
And maybe just Michael Porter needs to develop into a better defender. He's so tall. I think he plays a key position where using the other team's best player is going to be like a wing or something like that, where you got to be able to guard that guy a little bit better, or bring in somebody that can do that job. But I think Denver has a good shot in the near future too. Utah needs another star. In my head, that's what I always thought, but I just jumped on that hype train, just not even paying attention. Utah needs another star. I don't think they can win without another guy next to Donovan Mitchell. Their team just plays so well, and they did it in the West too, that I just jumped on it, but they need another star. And then we'll find out about the East because we haven't gotten to that yet. We'll do that later, but we'll be able to talk about that once the East is wrapped up. What do you think for the losers? The second round, what are they going to do?
For Brooklyn, I agree with you, man. I think Brooklyn just needs to be healthy. I mean, they have the players. I mean, they got KD, Harden, and Kyrie, so they just need to be healthy. Yeah. Yeah, they got their players. Denver, man, they need Murray back, obviously, and I agree with Michael Porter Jr., man. Michael Porter Jr., he just, like, defense for sure, he needs to work on his defense. And I don't know, man, maybe just experience will come on him, but it seems like his IQ of the game. It just seems like he doesn't make the smartest of, decisions.
Yeah.
Offense and defense. I don't know, when I watch him, because when I watch Denver, I usually watch him play. Because, man, he's a hooper, man. Like, he's exciting to watch.
Yeah.
On defense, I feel like he's just always, like, one step late, like, whether it's getting to the hoop to block a shot or just anything, people can get by him fairly easy. So, yeah, he has to work on his defense. I'm sure everything else is going to come. He's still very young. And, I don't know, man. I think Denver still needs something else. I mean, I like Murray, man, but in the playoffs, I think I don't know, man. I just think about Denver more. I don't know if it's like coaching or what, but I just think about them more. Anyways, Utah, man. I mean, obviously health for everybody. I just think about Utah more too, man. I don't know. I could see them needing another person. If not, they need to make some rotation changes, maybe. Yeah, maybe some rotation changes and see how that works for them. Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like they're not that big either, man. Really, Utah. Besides Gobert, I mean,
yeah, I can't really think of it.
Not anybody that's like athletic and could cause some problems besides Gobert. Because what's the name is pretty. Donovan's like 6'4". Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe a couple personnel changes with Utah, but I mean, they're still right there though. I think Utah is one of the better teams, so like just quality teams. So I guess that goes towards the coaching and stuff like that. But
that was like I was hitting you with a key text about Brooklyn. Late in the game, you got to call plays. Kevin Durant's a great one-on-one player, but you could tell how gassed he was, and he's doing these fadeaway shots. Instead of getting him on the screen, his momentum should be moving down towards the basket so he can just pull up and shoot. They didn't call any plays. I like how Utah, they move the ball. Their offense is a good offense. They move the ball. I think the coach is a good coach. I think adding maybe a little bit more talent to the team will definitely help Utah out. What about the refs, man? What do you want to say about the refs?
I don't know, man. Like they gotta figure something out, man. I mean, I know it's basketball. I mean, all sports. I'm pretty sure, fans and players, everybody, coaches alike, feel the same or similar about refs. But it's something about the calls they make, man. It's just, I understand it's hard to. I mean, I don't understand, but I can imagine it's hard to, be consistent, throughout the whole season and in the playoffs, and then obviously in the playoffs. You want to let them play a little bit more, to make, to give a good playoff basketball. But some of these rules, man, they're just so some of them are just soft as hell, man. Goddamn, you gotta look at the TV every time. Like, goddamn, man, you know what I'm saying? But now what I really wanted to say, man, with the refs, I think that if they start finding the refs for bad calls, because if you're allowed to stop the game, to go to look at the TV, to look at each play, then I think the whole game needs to be graded at the end of the game. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So missed calls or wrong calls and stuff like that. Hey, ref, here's a little fine or something. You get what I'm saying? You have to give them something to. I mean, I'm pretty sure they do this anyway, but I don't know. It's clearly not enough, man. You know what I'm saying? Because some refs and then obviously some of this comes from just things I hear other people say. Sometimes players come out and speak about refs and stuff like that. So I only know so much, but I don't know, man. They got to figure something out, man. It's same for players, man. Just like all the flopping and stuff like that, I think they should be fine. You know what I'm saying? You have to make them stop somehow. You know what I'm saying? Some of these referees, you need to make the referees tighten up somehow. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe, I mean, they have 3 referees. You know what I'm saying? On court. I mean, they obviously could go to the headset and talk to referees and stuff like that. Hey, man, give the main referee an earpiece. You know what I'm saying? Like that. In the middle of the game, when you guys can't figure out a call and stuff like that, boom, you got somebody on the sideline with a computer. Oh, let me watch it real quick. Okay, red ball. You know what I'm saying? Blue ball. Yeah. And go like that. Instead of I mean, but I understand too. It's probably part of the game. Get players extra time and stuff. But referees just make bad calls, man. Especially last every game pretty much. But I think I don't know, man. Start filing them or something. I don't know.
What is it called? The 2-minute report. They just do it in football. They do it in basketball. They do something like that where they go over all the they release all that information in the last critical moments of the game. Somehow missed calls. Yeah, I think it's inevitable. They do it late in games more so that's good. That they'll stop and make sure they did it a lot in that Brooklyn Bucks game, making sure that the possession was going in the right direction. I like that. But either give coaches more challenges, like if you get your challenge right, give it back to them or something like that. Give them 3 challenges like they do in football.
Yeah.
Or if it's up in the air, man, like you said, you already have somebody in whatever New York or wherever they sit at. Always
that's what I'm saying.
Computer. Just call them up real quick, man. Have them make the call for you. I don't understand. Just get the play right. It can't take that long. Or set it. If it's that inconclusive, all right, we'll live with it. But I think it's silly to have one challenge if the challenge has to be if I use it here and then another obviously wrong call is called by the ref and now I can't do nothing about it. So I think just some type of accountability. But even if you're not going to fine or something like that, just make the ability to make the right call accessible in every game. Don't make it so hard to get the right call. Since basketball's so quick, I don't think it'll take too much time to go in and be boom, boom, boom. This is what happened, or this is not a foul, right? This guy just stopped. The guy ran into him. Some of these ticky-tacky fouls that when people are flopping, I get why it could look like that in real time. Just go back and just look at it real quick and be nah, this is not a foul. This guy just stopped and just do himself. And then find that player and then move on. But I feel like I'd be a terrible ref because I'd be watching the game not paying attention to all this shit. I can't even imagine my brain.
Not for sure. For sure, man.
Not that that's not something that happens to them or anything like that, but yeah, they got to figure out something with the rules and just getting everybody on the same page. And yeah, they need to put refs on blast when they make bad calls that affect the game, especially when they're not willing to correct it.
Exactly, man. Because some of them just be some of them look I made the call. That just is what it is. And hey, cool. You got that power, so I understand it. But like, goddamn, you get what I'm saying? Hey, if you want to do that, then cool, continue the game. But guess what? At the end of the game, understand you got a fine coming for you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because either you knew good and well that was the wrong call, or it was the wrong call, and you didn't want to do anything about it. You know, to make sure. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially when shit is obvious.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, hey, you got to correct that behavior, man, because some of them have been doing it for so long. You know, they might have been repping, you know, even before the pros. You get what I'm saying? Certain little things, certain calls, you know, they kind of get, you know. I'm sure refs are like muscle memory too with certain things they do. You get what I'm saying? And certain things they look for and stuff, because obviously they watch the game differently than, you know, a fan's perspective. So, you know, but nah, yeah, just a little something on the refs, man, that I noticed, man, just to. You know, everybody has their little gripes with how the game is going and stuff like that, man. But I actually enjoy everything.
I do like how I would like just less foul calls in general. I mean, whatever, man, it's basketball. But I do like in the OT late fourth quarter, the rest let in the next Bucks game they let them start playing and they got a little physical and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Let's run through this top 10 conversation again because we did it last time, but got to record it. I still got my list up, so let me pull mine up real quick, and we can talk about top 10. I'm wondering, given some time and games played, because some of these guys are still in the playoffs, if it changes for you at all. Mine definitely does change a little bit. At number 1, I got KD still. I said it either way. Win or lose this series, this playoff, he's still the best player in the world. You said it. Giannis said it twice. He's the best player in the world. Yeah. KD's the best player in the world. Win or lose. Just all around, just too gifted everywhere. Not to be the best player. What about you, man? We got number 1.
Yeah, man, I still have KD as well. Yeah, I still have KD.
Yeah, last night is just his last 3 games. I mean, I don't know what he did in Game 6. I think he didn't do too well, but I think it's crazy this man. Yeah, like another 46-point game, almost 50-point game, and you're losing. So this guy.
Yeah, man. I mean, he averaged 35, 10, and 5 for the series.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's what somebody on my list is going to move up because of that same point, how much they're averaging. At 2, though, I'm still going to keep Steph Curry. I think for all the reasons, like I said last time, Steph is just a small KD. Doesn't play the defense at the level KD like, but he's just and I, having watched him go through so many playoff runs and seen him play so much, he's the only player I've ever seen with the ball not in his hands move defenses, and that's the most incredible thing to watch. That's why they get those little slip screens with Draymond holding the ball and Steph running off the screen, and the screener cuts to the basket. And the guy guarding the screener and the guy guarding Steph are so focused on Steph that they'll do that little back screen, and the screener will just dive to the basket. Draymond will hit him. It was either Clooney or McGee when he was playing, or Bogut. They just get easy buckets. Andre Iguodala.
Yeah.
So he just moves the defense without the ball. It's incredible to watch him. So Steph's number 2 for sure. We got number 2.
Yeah, man, I got Steph as well. My bad. Just look at my list real quick. Yeah, I still have Steph. My top 3 isn't changing. Yeah, likewise, man. Yeah, Steph is he's just something special, man. He just, you know, I can imagine as a player, I would love to play on somebody's like Steph or KD's team where all you gotta do, man, is just hustle and find the ball, and here you go.
Yeah, you're gonna get some. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is all you need to do is hustle when you have a player like that on your team, because you know they're gonna score.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just hustle and, you know, do the smart things. But yeah, man, I got Steph at number 2 still.
Steph was probably always going to be a great player. You know, injuries. He overcame a lot of injuries at the beginning of his career, so that's any player's Achilles heel. But the system that he plays in obviously makes him even more lethal of a threat. That's kudos to Kerr, because I know Mark Jackson was a great coach and had him playing. And got him playing at championship level, almost there at least. But Steve Kerr came in. Yeah, you're right, man. If you're playing on Steph Curry team, you got to get easy baskets. All you got to do is hustle. Then with KD, hey, I'd love to be a bench player. Come off the bench, you're gonna get some buckets. Feel good.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Feel good like you get some scoring, and yeah.
Like look what?
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
Like what better situation could you possibly be in? I'm curious about him though. Like I wonder what his jump shot looks like because he doesn't shoot for shit.
Yeah, he's not like a super tall guy either. So he's
6'4". That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
he's a guard. Yeah.
But 6'4" is a good height because he's athletic, but he doesn't shoot for shit. Like they give him more room. They give him more room than Giannis.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be
no for real.
But he's probably told like, hey, don't shoot the ball because that's
the
important thing. You go, Giannis, man, like you're the best player in the team. Learn to shoot the ball because you can.
Fuck that. Like, you give me that much space?
Oh yeah,
I'm spinning that bitch in my hand like a free throw and shooting it.
Yeah, I'm pulling up. Hey, listen, I'll get in trouble once from coach. At least I'm gonna put it up there and see what happens. And a person like Andre Iguodala, I mean, he played a great finals. A person like that never wins finals MVP if he's not playing on a team with Steph Curry. So I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world that they didn't give Steph Curry that finals because nobody on the Warriors is the player they are without Steph Curry. Draymond Green is not Draymond Green if he's not playing with Steph Curry. Klay Thompson, maybe. He's always going to be a great shooter. But other than that, Andre Iguodala does not win finals MVP if he's not playing on a team with Steph Curry because he's just taking wide open shots. Like, if I'm going to leave anybody open, it's Andre Iguodala. Hit the shot, great for you. But that's just my little 2 cents. Number 3, I'm going to move up. I had Harden's fallen. I'm moving Embiid up to number 3 because of how many points this man is averaging right now in the finals. And this dude's like the best big since Shaq. He does it all. Plays defense, scores from pretty much anywhere on the court. He's been struggling with his jump shot these last couple games. But they pulled out game 6 with him struggling to shoot the ball. And he still put up numbers. So yeah, I got Embiid. Health is his only thing, but when you're that big, of course. But he shows in the playoffs he plays well all the time. Yeah, Embiid is number 3 for me. I know you're number 3. Who's your number 3? I know it.
Oh yeah, I got Giannis, man.
Giannis number 3.
That number 3. Yeah, man. I mean, everybody just got done watching this past series, so I don't need to say too much, man. Now I have him there, man, because Giannis, honestly, and like I've had a few conversations with friends, Giannis is still showing growth. You know what I'm saying, to his game.
Yeah.
Granted, you know, this even maybe these playoffs, he might be showing a little too much growth, you know, with his 3-point shooting and his jump shooting and stuff like that. However, he got it done, man. You know what I'm saying? He's getting it done. So, you know, hopefully for the rest of this playoffs, he makes a little better decisions about some of his shot selection and stuff. But next season, I expect him to hit the road running. You get what I'm saying? Again, you know, shooting, getting some threes up, getting some mid-range shots up. You know, but that, yeah, I mean, and then everything else, why he's so dominant, man. But like I like seeing a little bit of growth, man, and little changes to his game. So, you know, we'll see how it works out for him. But yeah, man, that's my number 3 pick
for sure. And when I first made this list, I was feeling some type of way about Giannis because earlier on in the series, it's probably Game 5 when he was doing stuff like taking shots when he shouldn't have. Embiid actually has that same issue as Giannis. Decision making sometimes, like taking certain shots when he doesn't need to be. He just more so than Giannis can make those shots. So I get why he takes them, even though he needs to get in the paint because he's 7'20". He's tall and but yeah, definitely. Number 4, Harden's still dropping for me. I had Harden at 3, but now I'm gonna move up. Jokic to number 4. Yeah. I was after listening to you talk about him, and I had him a little bit farther on my list, but I'm gonna swap places. Yeah, this year he got I think even better than he was last year. Dropped some weight, but he can do everything on the court, just like Embiid. He's a little less athletic and maybe not as well as a defender, but there's nothing he can't do. And I mean, the guy passes the ball like. Go ahead and pass it, like just stuff in. And when you're that big and you can do that stuff, and the offense can run through a player like that, you just need complementary pieces. Like, you know, you don't need a Jamal Murray. I think that's what I'm saying. I think a Jamal Murray is enough for them to win a championship. Everybody got to play well, but that's why I think Jokic is high. He can do it all. The offense can run through a player like him.
Right.
And the stats this year,
yeah, man.
Also, man.
Right. I mean, he's the MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Number 4, I got LeBron. I got LeBron. Yeah, okay. I know they got put out the playoffs, but I mean LeBron wasn't healthy at all. The Lakers weren't healthy either. And mind you, this is just players. You know what I'm saying? A players list. I still think he's a top 5 player in the league for sure when he's healthy. I mean, yeah. It's LeBron James, man. He could get so much done. You know, he's proven himself plenty of times, enough for me at least. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got LeBron at 4, man.
Yeah, I got LeBron a little bit. I feel you, and it's hard to tell where he's at because of that injury.
Right.
Then at 5, I got Kawhi Leonard. I think this guy was having. He's like a wing Tim Duncan. Like his game is kind of boring to watch. Like Michael was exciting to watch, but I think Kawhi comes out and gets that comparison. Mike style of the game. Kawhi's kind of boring to watch, but the dude is crazy good. He does it all. You know, defense, scores from anywhere. If he needs to, if he wants to, you know. Maybe he can get dinged for not being like a rah-rah guy. Get your troops on board and motivate him, but you just need him to go be a robot and do his thing. He's always going to do it. He's having a great playoff series, or great playoffs, until he tore his knee, you know, his ACL, so, you know, whatever he did, but that was a crazy injury, because they were my dark horse to win even though I didn't have the Clippers winning it all, they were my dark horse, but, you know, a team I thought, like, hey, man, they get everything together and play the way they can play, they can win it. So, yeah, Kawhi's number 5 for sure.
Yeah, true that. Yeah, I got Jokic. Jokic number 5, man, the MVP this year.
Yeah.
Kind of some of the same reasons you said before, man. Like he's just, as far as a big man that you can run your offense doing and make plays, he's the best in the league, I think.
Yeah.
As far as big man, yeah, man, he's deadly on offense. You get what I'm saying? He has nice moves. You get what I'm saying? He has some of his own signature moves and stuff like that, man. You know, good footwork and things like that. So, yeah, he's lacking in, athleticism, but I think you mentioned it too, man. It looks like he lost some weight this season, so I think that helped him out. And hopefully, that helps his longevity too, man, because, yeah, man, I hope he has a long career. He's a nice player, so, yeah, man, I got Jokic at 5.
Yeah, he does good, like, post moves and, like, soft on his feet, quick on his feet, whatever you want to say. Kind of like a Carmelo Anthony, too.
He's sweet on his feet.
Step,
He got sweet feet, man. Especially for a big guy like that. Yeah, sweet feet.
Carmelo was never the most athletic guy, but he can get past you, and he's body well to score. So, yeah, that's Jokic is just good first step, good, quick on his feet. Number 6, I got LeBron. A lot of the same reasons. I think he has a lot still in him. I don't think he can carry a team like he used to. We'll see. These last couple of years, he's been getting injuries a little bit more frequently, or at least ones that like bother him more. But I will credit him for adjusting his game. D-Wade's one of my favorite players all time, but I didn't see him do it. The way he played the game anyways, I think D-Wade was just broken down a little bit more. He's a little older than LeBron anyways, but LeBron's adjusted his game. He learned to play in the post. He's gotten a better jump shot over the years. So, yeah, LeBron's still a great player, and I think there's no doubt that you want him on the team. He can still do it all, run the offense, play defense when he needs to. So.
Yeah, man, and I mean, I think LeBron's been pretty open, man. That like when he came to LA, he was trying to get AD, to come in. Like he said, hey man, AD's the man. You get what I'm saying? And LeBron meant that. Obviously, LeBron's gonna run the offense, but he's looking for somebody that hey, you need to be averaging 28, 30 points, AD. You get what I'm saying? LeBron is not trying to do that anymore. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, he might can't anymore, but he's definitely not trying to either. You know what I'm saying? But he will, still go out there and get you, 24, 22, 24, and 10. You get what I'm saying?
Especially when you need him to still be a top-tier defender, too, man. There's the amount of energy to be a great player on both sides of the ball.
Yeah,
he needs that. So.
Yeah, man.
We got a 6.
Number 6, I got Luka Magic.
Luka legend. Okay.
Yeah, man. I think I mentioned to you before. It could slide though, but I just have him there for now. But we'll see what happens next season. Because really the only thing I want to see from Luka, I want to see if he can be as effective as he is with a smaller usage rate. You know.
Yeah.
I think he handles the ball a little too much. You know, too much that other players can't get involved or figure out their own shot or get a good flow of the game. You know. Because it's like it's basically coming down the court. All right, man. Hey, do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit. You didn't do nothing this play, and I got the ball now. Oh, what am I gonna do? You know. So they're not. They're just not comfortable, especially when it gets to times like in the playoffs and stuff. I mean, and don't get me wrong. It's not like it's overboard or whatever like that. But I do think that affects other players, man. Because I mean that's how it was with Harden in Houston.
Yeah, standing
you know
around.
What I'm saying? Standing around, but it's just one player with the ball. It's fun to watch, but it's still a team sport at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan needed the team to win, so I just want to see that from him. But otherwise, man, he be killing them. Hopefully he gets to get a little more consistent with the shooting and passing, and maybe stop crying a little bit. But I think he's addressed that. I think he knows that. So I got Luka at 6.
And two, like what is it, 20 teams, 20 games also. I don't know how much more you can ask for a player to be that young, to be that good. And he
right.
And just like Harden too, D'Antoni wanted that way he played in his system. Luka's playing with not enough talent around him, so I passed. That's what you have to do. Coach left. There are some things I've been hearing just do some of these sports shows about his attitude and stuff like that, not really getting along with the coach. So they got to get the right system in place for him to do that. Put some players around him too. But
for sure, I agree. And real quick,
dude is a baller.
And just to be clear, man, I'm not saying like even with Harden and Houston, like I understand why they were playing like that, but it still doesn't negate. Okay, well when you do get the pieces around you, can you still be this effective with the smaller usage rate? Or is the only way you're that great is because you need to use the ball that much? You know what I'm saying? That's my only thing with and obviously when Harden went to came to Brooklyn, he doesn't use the ball as much, but he's still effective. But I mean Harden still if it was me, that's why he's not in my top 10. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think he's consistent enough.
Yeah.
And definitely not in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? That's not and little things about his game. But anyways, we're not on that. Who you got for 7?
We can get on it because that's why I got at number 7, and that's why I dropped him down too. I had him all the way up 3 because of how he played this year, and to me, he showed that with other talent around him, he doesn't have to. His usage is still high because he's a point guard. Any point guard is going to have a high usage for the most part, but that he can get people involved. Where in Houston, he didn't have the talent around him, so not only was he high usage, but then he did all the scoring himself. He at least can get other people involved, and he can defer that. He's not like selfish about scoring. I don't think that's what his problem is. He feels like I have to score, or I want to score. Versus he knows he's able to. But I did see in these games where he's injured that he doesn't have much off-ball use. If he isn't holding the ball, I don't know if he's a good player yet. Same thing we'll talk about Luka, how Steph can run off the screens. Now, given his injury, I know he couldn't run, but you got to be able to spot up hit threes, man. Especially if you're that good of a 3-point shooter. And I don't know how well he can play off ball. Can he be an effective player not holding the ball? I haven't seen that, but I did see a part of his game where he can play point guard and get everybody involved. So that's why I got him on right then. You got a 7.
Kawhi at 7.
All right.
Yeah, man, the claw, the good old claw. Yeah, man. Hey, man. Hopefully, speedy recovery to Kawhi, man. Hopefully, it's not too bad, but I don't know. I guess from what I hear, man, he might have tore his ACL. So, man, he's a beast, man. And he balled out in the playoffs. I was just trying to pull up his numbers real quick, before he went down. But man, he's just a solid player. Offense and defense, man. I mean, obviously, these playoffs, I mean, I'm not going to lie, he's been a little suspect on defense, especially during the Dallas series and stuff like that. But, I think you can charge that to the game, man. Like, sometimes, man, players are just so good on offense. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what you do. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, taking into account fatigue, you know, things like that. So, you know, I think it kind of evens itself out, man, to where he's still a solid two-way guard in the league / forward, you know. So, yeah, man, I got quiet at 7.
No, definitely a little bit lower than me, but yeah, hopefully that injury. I think nowadays, I think players who must come back healthy from ACL tears and MCL tears. You think you hit the Clippers like we talked about earlier? You picked the Clippers to beat Jazz. I had the Jazz coming out of the West with a healthy Kawhi. Were the Clippers on their way to win a championship this year?
Oh, ask me again. My bad. I was reading something.
Were the Clippers on their way to winning a championship this year? Kawhi was still healthy.
If Kawhi was still healthy, yeah, for sure.
I would have.
Go ahead.
I might have. They were my dark horse, so it's not really changing. They were my dark horse. There was some contingencies on it. I was thinking myself an opening for them to be their team. So they started to play. PG started to play the way he had to play. They started to play as a team the way they needed to win a championship. I thought no matter what, the champions coming out of the East. I still think the champions coming out of the East a little bit closer, but I think a healthy Kawhi, they were on their way. I think winning a championship this year very well. They would have been my favorites out of the West because they were just playing. I mean, they lost 2 to Utah, and then the games weren't even close after that. I don't think Utah was like scratching what the Clippers were doing to them. So I think it was going to be
right.
A good Western Conference Finals against the Suns, but I think the Clippers would have been fun.
Right. Nah, yeah, man. If Kawhi was if he was healthy, man, I like their chances even more. I mean, I'm not gonna write them off though, honestly. I really like Phoenix, but we all know how sports it go, man. I mean, one is Chris Paul gonna be healthy. That's my only concern with Phoenix. Is Chris Paul gonna stay healthy enough to where he can be effective? Because if he's not, then I mean, last series, you're talking about Utah, and they had a defensive player of the year. LA averaged 120 points. If LA can average 120 points against Phoenix, Phoenix is in trouble. Yeah. I mean, Phoenix is gonna put up points too, but 120 points is a lot of goddamn points. Yeah. That's hard to beat if a team's averaging that. You get what I'm saying?
So,
I'm saying Reggie Jackson, and all these boys are playing like they were. LA's and because Paul George, man, he's capable of being the number 1 player, averaging like 30 plus points. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? He just has to do it. Is he gonna do it? Yeah. I mean, last series he averaged 29 points, so I'm pretty sure that's what everybody was looking for. You get what I'm saying, and expecting from him. So if they can continue to do it, man, LA they have a chance, man, to make it to the finals. But I'll take Phoenix over them right now, coming out of the West.
Yeah.
Same.
8, I got Dame Lillard. I just haven't seen anything in the postseason. That's all I can say. I think his game is all around a real good game, similar to Steph Curry's. He's a very clutch player. That's what I see. But he hasn't carried his team, any significant games. They did a Western Conference last year, but I think so lost that things were working right last year because once they got there, they got swept by the Warriors. So maybe not last year, but the year before, something like that. But other than that, I don't praise the game. I think guy's clutch. Hits every shot from anywhere, score. Whatever his defense is. He's a small guard, so his defense is what it is. But great player.
Yeah, man. I got same guy. I got Dame at number 8. Yeah, man. I don't know what more he could do for his team. I just think he just needs a new team. Either whether it's be put on a new team or get some other players around him. Because I mean, there's nothing else he could do. I mean, he could maybe average some more points. I don't know how much did he average against. I mean, he averaged 34 in their series against Denver. So I mean, I don't know what else he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? He's not a KD to where he's he can affect people on defense and stuff like that and change the game in other ways. He's a smaller guard, so
Yeah.
I mean, I think his game is pretty much in his prime. Personally, I don't know where else he could go. So, I think whether it's the Blazers or another team, man, can make best use of it. For the rest of his career. But yeah, man, I got him at 8. What about where you at with 9?
I'm gonna switch these two. Last time I had Luka at 9, but I will give Giannis a spot because watching the rest of this series, game 6 and 7, he did exactly what I said. Field goal percentage is not created equally, and especially game 6, he had a tremendous field goal percentage because he was taking shots near the basket and making shots near the basket, and he wasn't settling for outside shots. My problem with him is his decision making. For the life of me, this guy will take shots. Not because you shouldn't stress your shot, but like you have no reason to. There's no reason to take shots. Like they can't stop you down low. Start down low. Don't start at the top of the key. Start down low, catch the ball down low, score down low. And you're gonna. The Brooklyn Nets are undersized. That should have been no problem. So some of the games, and it might have been coaching too. So I'll put a little bit on Bud for letting Giannis do some of that stuff. But sometimes the decision making gets me during games. You do a couple things, you dominate. Just go back to it. Go back to it and make them stop you. But he did that game 6 and 7. I think his free throw shot is I don't know what that is. Yeah. I mean, maybe he needs to hire me as a shooting coach or something like that because I don't know who lets him lean backwards when he shoots the ball, but he got to stop doing that shit. But Giannis is a great player. I don't think he has a huge upside, and you might be right. They might be able to win this year with this team the way it is, and if they win this year, there's really not much to be said. He'd be a champion. So, but he has room for improvement. So that's why I got him a little bit low on my top 10.
Yeah, man, I got Embiid at 9.
We feel not drastically, obviously it's top 10, but we feel pretty different about our bigs. You got Giannis up high at number 3.
Yeah, man, I'll take Giannis. Yeah, I'll take Giannis all day over Embiid. Yeah. And Embiid, he's just too injury prone. You know what I'm saying? He can't give you a whole season. I mean, obviously it's a good thing they got a good team where they don't need him to play the whole season, but hey, we'll see, man. Philly, they got one more game. They gotta win this game. Yeah, it's a big game for them, man. And even if they do get past it, hey, still got possibly another 7 games, man, to try to make it to the finals. So I like I got him at 9, man. I'm just skeptical because injury prone and I think he's the most skilled big man for sure. I think he's the most skilled big man with Jokic right behind him. Yeah. And the only reason why I give Embiid a little bit of edge is because I think he's more athletic. But and to be honest, it kind of balances itself out because Jokic is more durable.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, man. I think Embiid's a little too soft for my liking. To be that big, but yeah, man. He's still. I love watching him play, man. So I got him at number 9.
Yeah.
Where you at with 10?
10, I got Luka. Like I said, man, if he's 22 or something, however old he is, it's just incredible to see what he does with this game. And actually, there's so many players that could probably be there, man. Maybe Jason Kidd out there, maybe Donovan Mitchell's there, maybe. I can actually imagine a trade with Trae Young and Luka Doncic, and both teams probably can't feel any better about the player they got. Like, it's crazy now. What if those players played on the team they got drafted to? Like, what if Luka was in Atlanta and Trae was in Dallas? Like, both of them just played like the best version of like what you could hope for. So all those players I just mentioned probably deserve to be top players. Just got like playoff clutch. That's something that Trae is too. Yeah. But I think he's proven that like playoffs nothing scares him. Not worried about playing against these guys. That's a good thing to have already. Yeah.
He just needs to work on his consistency. Trae's gonna be good, man.
That's gonna get better too.
Yeah, his Trae's mind is in the right place. It seems like, you know what I'm saying. Like you say, he's ready for the playoffs and all that kind of stuff. Going to Madison Square Garden. He's not shying away. But I think there's little consistencies he needs to, better himself with. And, yeah, he's gonna be solid, man.
Who you got at 10?
10, I got my boy D Book. I want to put him up a little higher, but he's still new to honest, he probably really is higher. Like when I'm talking to myself, but
Yeah,
man, I got Book at 10, man, because hey, man, he's like a little young Kobe out there. The way he moves on the court, you know.
yeah.
Book is one of my favorite players to watch play, like actually watch.
No,
That's how he moves on the court and stuff like that. Yeah, man, he's super smooth on the court. Yeah, man, I would just like to see a little more defense from him. You get what I'm saying? And I want to see him. I would like to see him average a little bit more. I would like to see him use a little bit more on the team, but not saying I want to see it right now because they're playing really good, man. They got a great team, but I just want to see. I want to know if he's capable of it. I think he is, you know, to be able to go out there and give you 30, but they're just on such a good team that he doesn't have to. So
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I got Book at 10 though.
No, I can get into it. This is the first time. I mean, it's a weird thing to say, or maybe I'm sleeping on him a little bit, but he's surprising me how well he's playing in the playoffs. This is the first time we get to see him, though, so that's why I don't put him there. It's just because he doesn't have the best teams, but this is his chance to show it right now. It's his first time in the playoffs.
Yeah,
He's doing it, though. He's doing it. I mean, he's not letting anybody down, and so, yeah,
he's balling. Yeah, and I had him there because of how he showed out in the bubble last year.
Yeah, and they were playing well.
Bro, there's nobody playing better than him. Nobody.
80 could be on the top 10 list. It's not like his talent isn't top 10. He's hurt a lot, and the way you say, I mean, I see it. Embiid his softness is maybe just decision making, and I maybe when you're hurt as much as he is, man, it probably sucks to get hit. They don't call fouls for Embiid. I mean, the dude's 280, 7'3" or something like that. Like they don't call fouls for him like they should. But 80 is really soft. To me, he's a soft big. Even when they won, I mean, he dominated. Like when I watch him play, when he drives to the rim or he makes moves to the rim, he looks like he's like off balance. I don't get his inside game.
Well, you could tell. I mean, you could tell. You know, obviously, you can't really tell that much about a person.
He doesn't want to bang. He doesn't want to bang with nobody.
No, yeah. I was gonna say, obviously, you can't tell a lot about people unless you actually meet them in person. At least that's for me. I don't know anything about you unless I really meet you. But just from like what I see and stuff, you know, from my eyes, you know, you can pick up on things about people. At least I think. AD is lucky. He's skilled. He's really skilled. You know, he's not. If he wasn't as skilled, he wouldn't be a big name. I mean, obviously, but just like you said, yeah, he's a little soft man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He knows he's so skilled, so he can kind of get away from having to engage in certain things. You know what I'm saying? Just off his skill alone. You know, where some big men are not that skilled, so you know they gotta kind of be a little bit more forceful, or you know, things of that nature. But yeah, man.
That's top 10. List is fluid, and it'll change as it goes. Game 7 tonight between the Sixers and the Hawks. We were just talking about it.
That's gonna be good.
This is a big game. I think we would have thought a lot different about the Sixers and Embiid last year because, or 2 years ago when Toronto beat the Warriors in the finals. They were a jump shot away from going to the finals. I mean, if Kawhi didn't hit that shot, I'm pretty sure that was Game 7. Go to the playoffs. And given the injuries that happened to the Warriors, the Sixers are going to win that championship. So I think the Sixers have been the team ready to win a championship. Last year they folded a lot, but you know, COVID and all that. I got the Sixers in this game, but Doc is he cannot galvanize. He's not that type of coach. He's not a rah-rah coach. He can't get his team because I've seen Ty Lue call timely timeouts, even when he knew the Cavs are going to lose to the Warriors, and the team plays better immediately out of that timeout. Like calls them right. Doc can't do that because I don't know how you lose like a 30-point lead, whatever they had. In Game 5. The series should be over. Game 6 should have been the last game. So I worry about that is how it motivates teams. Ben Simmons is I would trade him in a heartbeat. I'd let that man go in a heartbeat. This guy is in trouble. But I think the Sixers win this game. I think it was a good game though tonight. I think it's gonna be a close game. I think Embiid shoots a lot higher percentage. Mine seems to play the same, and I think Seth has been nothing but excellent. So I think he's gonna keep it up. Close game, but I got the Sixers.
Yeah, man, I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be a good game. Hopefully, it's a good game for everybody's sake. a gut feeling, I like the Hawks. I like the Hawks, man.
Yeah.
And the reason why I like the Hawks tonight, one, they're going to be playing on the road, and I think they're okay with that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think they have as much pressure as Philly has on them. And just being at home too, Philly's going to have a lot of pressure. However, if the Hawks can, if they could D up, man, you know what I'm saying? And listen, man, Steph has been balling for him. I mean, Seth has been balling for him. That's the second best player right now.
Yeah.
So he might continue to do his thing. I feel pretty confident he is. If they can slow Embiid down and hold him to less than 30, or no more than 35, but less than 30, if they can get him less than 30, I think the Hawks will be good, man. Because I think the Hawks will put up points. I think Trey's gonna have a good game. However, what's the name has to have a good game, man. Bogdanovich, because he's been playing like trash.
He's hurt. Is he playing tonight?
Bogdanovich?
Yeah.
I don't see why not. I didn't know he was hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt last game. It's a clown. Last game, he didn't finish the game last game. In 6
really?
Didn't finish the game because he got hurt. So I think they're. I was listening to Coach talk about him, to see how he felt or whatever like that. But he's injured and he hasn't been playing well. So yeah, he's a big scorer on that team, and he plays pretty clutch too. Like makes clutch shots.
Yeah, him and Collins, and I think Collins is gonna have a better game than he had in Game 6. So yeah, man, I just have a gut feeling, man. That's just my gut telling me to go with Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know, because Philly, I know what you're gonna get from Philly, man. You know what I'm saying? I know I can picture how the game is gonna go right now in my head, really. You know what I'm saying? They don't. Yeah. Ben Simmons isn't gonna do shit. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna distribute the ball. You know, he might get a couple points here and there, but you know, he's not gonna. Nobody's worried about Ben Simmons. You know what I'm saying?
Officially backtrack. Now this guy, he now not even looking for shots. He never did that. Now he doesn't even look to score the basketball. Like he's at the rim. He does not take layups. You're 6'10".
I don't know.
He should be in the post. Just give him the ball in the post. Like you don't want Joel to get hurt. Post him up someplace and just let him bang. Like John Collins couldn't stop Ben Simmons in the lane.
I mean, I guess he has no.
He can't score.
I guess he has no moves, man. Like I
don't get it.
Like me, I
don't get it at all.
At least a few times that I played like NBA 2K and I use Philly.
Yeah.
I always use Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
And guess what? I'm going to the hoop. I'm gonna make a little move and I'm dunking it.
I like to think.
I guess he can't do that, maybe. I mean, I guess he's not a good driver to the hoop. Like Ben Simmons seems like he's a slasher.
Yeah.
I understand you're a point guard and he could dribble, he could distribute and stuff like that, but he doesn't make any. I don't see any use of his handles.
Yeah.
I don't see any aggression like trying to get to the hoop. Like you're bigger than everybody, bro.
The only thing I can imagine, and if this is true, and only he knows because it's in his head, and I'd be interested to hear what you think. Is he scared to drive to the basket because he doesn't want to get fouled? Because if he is,
I think that's obvious. Yeah.
That's the only reason. And if that's a number of reasons why you don't drive to the basket, you are, to me, I get rid of you, man. Because I was listening to Barkley talk about it. There's no reason. He's been in the league too long. There's no reason why GM, coach, organization has not forced this man to take shots. Like, you have to take shots. Nobody forces him to. Doc is not the right coach for him because Doc's like, no, I'm going to let Ben be. Nope, can't do it.
And that's why, and that's why, not to kind of backtrack, but that's why, I appreciate Giannis this season. A little bit last season, but definitely this season. Because the things that he's doing, these are the things that Ben Simmons should be doing. We should be telling Ben, hey, Ben, don't shoot that three right now. That's what we should be saying. No, Ben, don't shoot that three. You know you're not a good three. We know you made 2 threes last game, but you don't need to be shooting it. Not in no game 7. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Just go back to your old thing, and then when next season starts, you know what I'm saying? When the beginning of the season starts, then continue on with trying to, implement these things into your game. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't do anything the whole season. The whole season, you're not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? So that's my frustration with Ben Simmons. Because bro, he's a great player. Like, bro, play like you did at LSU, man.
Yeah, and even I
don't see why you can't do the same thing you did at LSU. You're still bigger than everybody. You know what I'm saying?
And when he does do it, I've seen him like a couple plays now and again. When he gets in the post, like he'll do it, man. He can be aggressive and he can get the ball up.
I know he can.
So big. I seen Scott talking. Shaq's like, man, I went to the free throw line like I just got to make 1 out of 2. Like I just got to make 1 out of 2, man. He's so bad at shooting.
But that's he could easily get his team in the bonus, bro.
That's the two. Like driving, and even if you miss, like drive early,
beginning of each quarter,
Yeah.
2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Even if he scored, drop it to 2 or 3 times, man. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's
maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, he's digressing, and so Tobias Harris has to be not only has to score good.
Yeah, Tobias has to
have a good game. He has to be efficient with the scoring. It has to be a good amount of points. Because Ben Simmons can easily cost them a trip to the finals. But I got the Sixers because I do think at their best when they are cooking, they can jump out to another lead like they did against the Hawks in game 5. They can put up points. And I mean, the thing to lock down on defense.
That's what I was gonna say. That's the thing they have going for them for this game. They still are the better defensive team, hands down.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? They just have to be able to control the game. Because if they let it get out of control, it's gonna be tough, man. Because ice trade the game. Trae Young's gonna come to play, man. You know what I'm saying? The whole team is gonna come to play. So we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see what team can get the other team in foul trouble and stuff like that. But it should be a good game.
Yeah, Atlanta got to shoot well. I like the way they D'd up trade. Fourth quarter last game, they started to double him at the top of the key. I think that's going to be more than timely double him and force other people to score. I think the Bucks want to see Atlanta though, because I don't think you want to see the 76ers because the Bucks got a good defense as well. I think, but also they're big. It's all about coaching and using them right. Because the same way the Nets, I don't think the Nets had a shot, especially after James Harden went down. If Coach Bell would have just had him scoring inside, just go inside, get most of your points there, and then work your way out, I think they'll have a good height advantage over. Because really, all you have is Capella. I don't think the Hawks have another big that you really worry about, So I think you'd rather see him if you're going to play that type of game plan. But they're tricky with their shooting. And then the Suns play the Clippers tonight. CP3 is out. Obviously, Leonard's out. Be good tonight.
Wait, let's go back. I think I'm gonna go with Phoenix.
Let's put 2. You're up 4 right now. 4 packs of Twizzlers on me. I'm not bad. Every time we play like fantasy basketball too, I lose to you. So it's just pissing me off. You want to put 1 or 2 on tonight's game for the Sixers because you got the Hawks, right?
Yeah, we can do 1, man, because they're both missing players, so I want to see how they play.
All right, one on tonight's game. I got the Sixers, you got the Hawks, and then what about the Clippers and Suns?
I like the Suns for game 1. They're playing at home, so I don't think they're gonna be missing too much, man, because Cameron Payne is a baller, man. Cameron Payne plays really good for him, so and I think he's gonna cause some problems. I mean, they're gonna be lacking with the flow of the game. But I don't think LA really controls the game that well anyways. They don't have a point guard for that anyways either. So, I think to be a little bit more evenly matched as far as that. But man, Cameron Payne versus Reggie Jackson. We'll see who can produce more for him. So I'm gonna ride with the Suns.
Clippers really need to win this game because if you
they do,
CP3, I think
they gotta take it.
All this rest has been good for him. Hopefully, his injuries usually just seem like they pop up, like you don't even know what's going to happen, like a hammy or that shoulder thing. Like it ain't been bothering him all year, and all of a sudden, he hurt, and it's like it's not even like a.
Older, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, that's
older man.
He's been doing it since he was a quick.
I know. I know.
But he's falling passive. But anyways, so I think the Clippers really need to win this game, but I got the Suns too. I think right now, we'll talk about it next actually. So the last thing is round 3 predictions. Obviously, we can't really go off of not knowing what's going to happen in the Hawks and Sixers, but we're looking at their conference finals here. Suns and Clippers. What's your prediction for the series? How's it go?
You said for Suns and Clippers, you said?
Yeah, not game 1, but the entire series now.
Entire series? Oh, man, I got to go with Phoenix. Just for everything I pretty much stated. I'm gonna go Phoenix in 6. I'll think LA could get 2 out of them. Yeah. I think it'll go 6.
Game 1's gonna be important. Like I said, I think it's game 1. I got the series going 7. But I think if the Clippers lose game 1, I got the series going at 5. I think this is gonna be too much when Chris Paul comes back. Just the way they're playing.
I can see that.
I
man.
But we'll see, because the Suns can play if it looks the same way, obviously not going to be exactly the same, but if they can play the same way, I think the Suns offense is a good offense. They play well. So, and they got a good defense, too, I think. Or maybe underrated. And then it depends, man. If the Hawks win this game, I said it earlier, I'm gonna double down hard on it. I don't think the Hawks can win a championship this year. All these injuries have changed a lot of that, but that's injuries. Take injuries out of it, they had no shot in my mind. All these injuries is giving them a chance. If the Bucks aren't really injured, so I don't have the Hawks being the Bucks, but I think the Sixers win tonight. I got the Sixers going to the final in 7 games. I think that's going to be a tough series. The Sixers are a full seed, so I'll give them 7 because they'll have home court advantage.
True. Yeah, I mean, regardless of whoever wins tonight, I like Milwaukee going to the finals. So, I think both games, no matter who they play, either Atlanta or Philly, is going to go 6 or 7. So, I'll just stay with 6, Milwaukee and 6 for either team. But I think Milwaukee's going to go to the finals.
All right, man. Yeah. I mean, they get some good. Need a little bit of rest in a couple of days, so that'll be good.
Yeah, man.
But
yeah, man. We'll check out this. You said what?
Check out what?
You said you're excited for what?
This Game 7. I hope it's as good as yesterday's Game 7.
Yeah, hopefully, man.
I think the potential's there for a lopsided win, but I'm just excited to be mad at Ben Simmons. Some of that, I'm excited to just look at him and yell at my TV and like, "What are you doing, man?" I don't get it, and I would trade him, man. Like I don't at this point, like why? I think he's valuable. I think you can get a lot of pieces for him, and he's said he's not going to shoot the ball. I mean, I don't know how you're a player and you can refuse to shoot. Like I don't understand if you're a coach, like the guy's a player on your team and he's not shooting the ball. Like that's him. That's gonna be him. Like something's wrong with the guy. Something upstairs. He's scared or something. But I get rid of him over the offseason. Even if he won a championship, I'll get rid of him. That's how strongly I feel about his using the shoe, I guess. So
yeah, man, we'll see.
yeah,
See how it goes, man. But yeah, man, I'm about to check out this game now.
All right, this episode of the JV podcast is sponsored by Monster Energy. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, man. They're playing at 3:30?
They're playing now.